Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's August the 18th, 2024, and today I've got some post-crossing to do. I have 10 official cards that I can send off, so I've printed off the profiles, I've picked the cards, and today I'm going to go through and read the profiles and show you the cards that I picked. See if you like the choices that I made this week. Today was a bit of a late start, so you're probably seeing this as a later video. Normally during the week I get up at 5 o'clock and I've got to be at the post office for 6 to work. So on the weekends I tend to sleep in until about 7 or 7:30. It was 9:30 before I got up today, and it was a slow get up. It was also a feeling of I probably should go back to bed, but I'm not sure what's going on. It's just one of those days, and there's some things we wanted to do today, so hopefully we still get to accomplish them, because I have to write these 10 cards and get them out. So let's get started with that. If you're finding my channel for the first time, make sure you like, subscribe, leave positive comments, share with other people, put the notification bell on so you don't miss out on anything. And before I get to showing you the profiles that I picked, I want to remind you something that I reminded you or told you about on Friday. Joe in North Carolina reached out to me and asked if I wouldn't mind sharing an address for his mother. It's a P.O. box, so it's not gonna go to her personal address, and she was used to receiving letters and things in the mail, and now it's all bills and flyers and that sort of stuff. So he thought it might be nice if randomly people wrote her some postcards. So I said sure, I would do that. I would promote it for a little while, and people can go ahead. I will put the address up on the screen here, and I will also put it in the description of the video. So if you feel so inclined and you want to send Donna a surprise postcard, go for it. I mean, we just want to spread the love around, and if people kind of need that surprise and that inspiration, why not do it? So that's what this one's for, Joe and Donna. All right, let's get to the post crossing. The first one I have is going to Germany. And she says she's 55 years young. She's married and has 2 grown-up daughters. She lives in northern Germany near Lübeck, a very old city famous for marzipan, and not far away from the Baltic Sea. Her hobbies are reading. She reads a lot. She tries to manage to read 1 book a week. Last year, she bought herself an e-book reader because there's no more space on her bookshelves. She loves to visit theaters. She goes to Hamburg, the second largest city. It's near. There are many theaters, and often she is there. She also loves to travel, normally in Europe, but she has been to Asia and the United States, but not that often. If you need an idea what kind of postcard, here are some of the ideas. She likes landscapes of your country, sightseeing of your country, black and white picture cards, turtles, elephants, alpacas, tourist cards, birthdays cards in September, Christmas cards in December, and Inglook. But it is also fine if you have other ideas. Every postcard is a gift to me. Hope to hear from you soon. P.S. In my favorites, there's a mixture of my received cards and cards from other sites. So, she's not visited Canada yet, but she likes to visit mostly in Europe. So why not visit a city that kind of looks like Europe, but is here in Canada, in North America. This is Quebec City, and it's famous for its French architecture, and also the French culture, of course, that is there. So if you want to visit Canada, but you still want a taste of Europe, Quebec City might be your option. All right, moving along, the next card is going to the west coast of the United States, going to Washington State. She lives there with, she lives in Washington State. She's a speech teacher in the schools, and she adores what she does. She lives with her partner, and we love to prioritize travel. And so all travel recommendations are recommended and appreciated. So far, she's traveled to Canada. She's been to Vancouver and Victoria, which is right up the street, basically, from her. So there's a lot of Canada for her to discover. She's been to Mexico, and she's been to Germany and France and Iceland and Switzerland and Austria and the Netherlands and Tanzania, Uganda, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Rwanda. She's been to some cool places. I've traveled to many states around the U.S. as well. I love finding postcards and collecting stamps from new areas. I love receiving mail and will be excited about anything. However, these are my main interests, no particular order. Any and all animals, bats, hedgehogs, cats, sea creatures are my favorite. Horror and creepy, morbid, and strange cards. Myths and creatures like dragons and sirens and witches and monsters and ghosts. Tie-dye and color. The color blue in all shades is her favorite. Outer space, the moon, social justice, feminism and women, tattoos, punk, fashion, handmade, funny, weird, books, people reading, bookstores, superheroes, villains, Hulk's her favorite, pinball, poetry, pomegranates, people with beards, and just people, skateboarding, ice hockey, snowboarding, classic and old cars, art, illustrations, drawings, especially done by women, history of everything and anything, LGBTQ+, erotic, kinky, and nudity, dinosaurs, prehistoric, Halloween, any time of the year, cool nature scenes, things you like, and tell me why. Envelopes are fine if you wish, and I love fun stamps. I would love to know about your pets, fun fact about where you live, what you're studying, your hobbies, your favorite food and recipes, travel recommendations in your area, your current favorite songs, what you are listening to, and what books you are reading, your favorite mug or cup, teapot. I look forward to hearing from you soon. My favorites include postcards I have received and would like to receive. All right, there were a lot of things, and a lot of things that I did have. I don't get this too often that people are looking for pinups or erotic or nudity, and I don't have a lot of them, but because she did, and she wanted cards with women, I've decided this one. It's a pinup from the 1950s. It says Earl Moran, so there, I thought that might be nice. I might put it in an envelope and include a few stamps too, I'm not sure, but that's a possibility if she collects stamps. The next card I have is going to Switzerland, and if you are offended or put off by the language of French or my interpretation of it, you can just plug your ears now, and I'll try to get your attention in a few minutes so you can resume watching. J'habite en Suisse romande, au ouest de la Suisse. So she lives in Romanian Switzerland, in the western part. Ici dans les Alpes, le temps est agréable et les spécialités sont les fromages d'hiver, les fondus, le raclette, roisi, les spécialités d'hiver, du vin, arbre de friture. So here in the Alps, lots of specialties from cheeses and fondues and raclettes, diverse wines and fruit trees. En Suisse, il y a aussi les fabrications de chocolat, fromage, les montres, le ski, les randonnées, les restaurants et jet d'eau de Genève. So also in Switzerland, they have chocolates and cheeses and the ski and restaurants and water, special water from Geneva. So that's what she says. She doesn't say anything about what she likes. She just talks about her home country. So we're going to send her this one here, St. Andrews by the Sea. It is a great place if you want to go whale watching, things right on the Bay of Fundy. Beautiful little town, lots of little shops, and there's a beautiful touch tank fish museum there. There is a massive gardens, public gardens you can go tour. There's a wooden play structure area for children, which is really nice. So that's going to go there, and I will write it in French. So hopefully she enjoys. Okay, if you had your ears plugged, you can now unplug them. You can come back to listening to me speak completely in English again. Welcome back. All right, the next card is going off to Germany. She says she lives there in Allgäu. It's in the south of Germany, near the mountains. The nature here is incredibly beautiful, but so is every area has its beauties. I am very happy about traditional handwritten mail, especially like funny, motivating, and beautiful cards. Also, the use of beautiful stamps is welcome. I love black and white cards with an eye catcher of color, motivating cards, crazy cards, funny cards, magical places or things, cultures, traditions of your country, landscapes, waterfalls, mountains, woods, northern lights, clouds, or anything nature related. But of course, if you have none of the above, you can still send me anything you like. After all, it's the thought that counts, so any postcard is welcome. Put the date and the current temperature on the postcard, please. If you don't know what you could write to me, just write something about your everyday life. What you do for a living, what you do on your last day, what are your hobbies, what are your surroundings, and you are also welcome to give me wisdom typical of your country. That's sure. I'm looking forward to your words. Thank you for your letter. Best wishes to you. Well, I'm going to send her this one. She talked about wanting the Northern Lights. She talked about some culture. So I put some indigenous wigwams or teepees or the ever popular words. Teepee is what they write on the back of this card, but I think more appropriate it's called a wigwam. So I'm going to send her that, and hopefully she will enjoy it. A little bit of Canada from Churchill, Manitoba on our prairies. All right, next card is going to upstate New York in the US. And she says she's 23 years old. She lives in upstate New York. She's autistic and postcards are her special interest. Don't worry about uploading images of the cards you send me. I like uploading and scanning, including any damage they received or in transit because of the journey it shows. I upload all images on Sunday, so if your image is taken down, do not fret. High quality scan will be uploaded of your card shortly. All of my favorites are from cards I have personally received. These are some of the absolute favorite things. Due to my disability, it's very difficult for me to write about myself in a way that makes sense to others, so listing things seems like the only way to go. If you have a card with any of these things on it, I'd really appreciate it, but I love every single card I receive with all my heart. Postcards from fair maps with photo backgrounds sent from the original state, and then she lists the states she's missing. Alexia cards, I only have a large mammals, coastal birds, and rock pools. Handmade, I love seeing people's art. Local art. Weird touristy cards sent from its origin, like giant things, bizarre museums. Cemeteries, graveyards, prehistoric creatures, medieval art, wildlife native to your area, pinups, burlesque, erotic art, related things, vintage, fairies, fairy tales, selkies, anything pagan or witchcraft related. I'm an eclectic pagan witch who works with fairies. And then she says activism like LGBT, disabled rights, feminism, BLM, cows, sheep, foxes, manatees, bird of prey, badgers, sharks, seals, bats, bugs, birds from your area, minerals, crystals, cowboys, indigenous people of your country, Catholic, iconography, art, which reminds me of her grandmother, Halloween, especially witches, hosier, dancing, she's into belly dancing, trying to start a dance group of her own there, propaganda from the USSR, mythology, urban legends, fantasy, Wizard of Oz, Peter Rabbit, Dungeons & Dragons, anything super strange or unusual, and meetup cards. The only things I do not particularly like are holiday cards other than Halloween, folded cards, AI images because of some of her friends have experienced art theft due to it. I do not give permission for her address to be shared with a third-party company or entity. I also appreciate cool stamps. If you don't know what to write, ask questions you want to know, so I'll have something to write you back about. Also, like costuming, antiquing, ornithology. Feel free to tell me a bit about yourself. I love hearing about other people's lives, experiences, what you do for fun, and where you work. Prefer cards written and stamped. Woo! All right. All those being said, there were tons of different things we could have sent, but I'm going to send this. This is a Dungeons & Dragons card. It was one of the things that she talked about. This is the cover off of the Dungeon Master's Guide. So a little bit witchy and occulty there, if you like, but something she might enjoy. All right. Next card is going to China. And it says, if you send me a card more than 60 days ago and it's still traveling, please tell me the ID. So lots of people have difficulties when they send cards to China. It takes a long time to get there or they never get registered. So it's nice that she would register it even if she hasn't received it yet. She says, please print my address in Chinese or try to write it in Chinese. So one of the things I always do is I cut out the portion of the address and tape it to the card, so I can do that. I can send the Chinese portion. And she says it gets there much quicker and usually isn't delayed as much, and it gets there safely. She says she's from Beijing. She's working there as a counselor in China at the University of Petroleum. My major in master study is in geology. Maybe Renee, you'd be interested in this person. I love travel, music, sports. I like postcards from anywhere, but some of the special ones are my favorites. If you want a direct swap, that's fine. Postcards, stamps, coins are all okay. If you can go, if I can't go there, tell me what things there to send you. Cards can make my day. Greetings from national flags, icons, American state maps, local famous sports teams. She's a fan of AC Milan, Italy, the Houston Rockets, and others are also okay. Meetup cards, airport, airplane cards, map cards, famous buildings or landscape, multi-view cards with the name of the place, black and white, UNESCO heritage, Gotochi, Aurora, Keep Calm, and Sky, as her name means sky in Chinese. Stephanie, Sun, and Gem cards if you're from Singapore or Hong Kong. If you can give me some gifts such as little coins or something from your country on the card, that would be really perfect. I would be very happy if you can also write on the card your feelings today, details of your hometown, innovations to your country, and so on. You can write some of your own language on it. Please tell me what's its meaning. If you can use beautiful or special stamps, I'll be on top of the world. No free or ad cards, please. Stamp and date the card without envelope, please. Print out the address or write in Chinese if possible. She said that before. China is a big country with a long history, and Chinese have good traditional behavior and excellent character. Maybe some persons leave bad impressions on you, but please don't use them as the level for our hometown, as it goes on to think you can fall in love with the ancient country. Welcome to China from my heart. There are more and more new users that lose pleasure in this program. You send a card to him or her, but he or she never signs in for several months. Every time I come across it, I feel rather disappointed. So let's do our best to keep on postcrossing for the same hobby. I think it's good to give happiness to others from a card. Anyway, hoping for your postcard. And then she lists all the countries that she's been to. All right. All that being said, I'm going to send her this one here. She did say she likes meetup cards. She says she wanted places from your country, traditional, important places. This is Peggy's Cove, Nova Scotia. It plays a big part in the history of Atlantic Canada. And it's a beautiful lighthouse. It's a great little community, too, if you ever get a chance to go there. So maybe one day she'll come to Canada, and that's where she'll want to visit. All right. My next card is going to Ukraine. And this is a special profile. I've never had a profile like this before. Maybe you have. I can say on the title, it says it's Magazine Philatelia. So it sounds like it's a stamp store. That's how I would translate that. And so it says, hello all and greetings from Ukraine. The Ukrainian postal operator, Ukrpost, has a special shop in every region of Ukraine. A kiosk, a special shop window at the post office. They sell philatelic material, post stamps of different years, envelopes with or without stamps, envelopes of first day covers, postcards for maxi cards and and others. This profile was created for the store. Philatelia, which is spelled Filatelia, and Ukrposta, so Ukrposhta, which is located in Kharkiv, Kharkiv. All right, so there we go. There's my brutalization of their beautiful language. We want to tell people all over the world about stamps of Ukraine, about postcards and envelopes by the Ukrainian postal operators. We want to talk about sent and received postcards on the store's Facebook profile. So you can look it up there on Facebook. At facebook.com, FILATELIAKHARKIV. So that's how you can find them. As well as post such information directly on the stands of the shop. So we want to tell people about postcrossing. We want to think of receiving a written message on a postcard or in an envelope is a pleasant and positive. We want to be pleased to receive your postcard with the images of postal subjects, postmen, post boxes, post offices, letters, and more. Postcards with this image or stamps, official maxi cards of postal operators in your countries, any topic, but first of all, we would be glad to receive maxi card issued under the Post Europe program. We will be glad to see special stamps of your countries on your postcards. You can tell us about your local post office, about postal museums in your area, about books and talk about post offices or letters, about films and post offices or letters, about where you buy stamps and postcards, about what you like and don't like about the postal operators of your country. Maybe in your country there are proverbs about postals or letters. We like postcards in standard sizes and without envelopes. The list of postcards is only our wish, and we will be glad for any postcard that you want to send us. We respect personal information, and we will always hide your address when posting your postcards. So like I said, this is a first for me, sending a official postcard to a post office kiosk that promotes using the postal system. What a great way to do it. So I thought about sending a That Dad Guy card so they could at least see that. But instead, because it's all postal, I will talk about being a mailman for Canada Post. And so I'm going to send this Lego mailman from Canada Post onto them. And then we'll put a little information about me being a mailman and all that sort of stuff on the back. So I hope I'll get to see it on their Facebook page one day. All right, moving on. The next one going to Japan. And she says she's Chinese and working in Tokyo, Japan now. I forgot how to speak English since I started to learn Japanese. I came to Japan to study in 2011. On the 11th anniversary of my coming to Japan, I got married to my husband, who is Japanese. I really like life in Japan. I'm an accountant for a Japanese company. Although the work is busy, it is very happy. I collect postcards and stamps is my favorite since I was a middle school student. During the last 13 years in Japan, I spent most of my free time to get beautiful postcards and stamps. Now I have many beautiful, precious postcards and stamps from all over the world. If you are interested in Japanese postcards, and you can also send me a message. I'd love to get postcards as follows: maxi postcards, natural views from your country, city views in your country, cards with your country's features, art themes, Moomin, but no Taobao.com cards, please. Hope we can be friends through exchanging postcards. There we go. There is natural beauty from here in New Brunswick. You got the flag of New Brunswick, and you've got Hopewell rocks. So we call them the rocks, the flower pots here in New Brunswick. And those of you who have been watching for a while have seen many cards with those images on it. Happy to promote it. All right, my next card is going to Germany. It says, Dear Postcrossers, time to add a few words about myself. I do it in English as it might be the best option to translate the text into other languages. Working in hospitality my whole life in a hotel, currently reservations manager, and based in a small town north of Hamburg, I like to travel, however time and money do set limits. My favorite countries to visit is the UK, especially Scotland and Kent and Sussex. I recently tried Canada, and it turned out to be my favorite long-distance destination. Also like cruises very much, especially with the Celebrity Cruise Line. In this age of advanced technology, writing a postcard seems to be a thing of the past. Communication can travel across the world in a few seconds. Everything is so instant that we forget to appreciate the simple things. This is why it's such a joy to look into our real mailbox and find a handwritten card from a stranger in another country and know that they have taken the time to write especially to someone. Postcrossing has made this possible and reminded us of the simple joys of life. Hope that all the members of here continue to make this site a creative space. Well, that being said, and I agree 100% with what he has to say, especially that Canada is his favorite long-distance destination. Hopefully he'll come back again. I decided to send this particular card, which I've been holding on to because it has special meaning. It is Centennial Park here in Moncton. And this wooden bridge that gets to the island in the minute is no more. So there is no bridge there anymore. The paddle boats that you see there, they don't offer those anymore. This is certainly something of my childhood. Centennial Park has changed in so many ways, and it is a beautiful centerpiece to our city and lots of great trails in there and things to do. But it has changed. And I've hung on to this because it is a memory of my past and childhood. And we used to live just down the road from it growing up. So I was there a lot. And we did so many wonderful things there. It was a good memory. And I wanted to pass those good memories and those good sentiments off to this person in Germany. So I'm going to send this card. Hopefully they will appreciate the image for what it is, even if they don't have the past history to associate with it that I do. I've taken a picture of it, and I will keep that in my collection rather than the physical card. All right, we're moving on to our last postcard. It is going to Japan. So I've got two going to Japan this time around. It says, hello, she's a 50-year-old woman living in Kobe, Japan. I'm a marketing director for a stationery company. Another side of me is a student of university studying about Buddhist art. I'm interested in Southeast Asian culture and religion. I especially travel to Thailand twice a year and stay there for about 2 weeks. I like to travel, draw illustrations, cafe hopping, bean to bar chocolates, cats. I'd be very happy to learn about the good food and history from your place. Send me a postcard with a commemorative stamp on it. Here are your recommendations for places in your city. Looking forward to receiving postcards from you. Okay, well, I thought about it, and I thought this one here, her interest is more in Southeast Asia than it is in Canada, so why send a postcard from Canada? I can write about my city and my life on the back of the card, but this is what she's interested in. So here's a postcard from Taiwan, and I thought maybe she would appreciate it. I love the culture and the history that is in her region as well, and sometimes it's hard to send postcards that aren't from where you are from. But in this case, I think she prefers to get cards from Southeast Asia than she would from around here. Just my interpretation of it. I may be wrong on that, but if she enjoys that area, let's send some more postcards for her from that area. All right, well, that's it I've got for today. Normally, I would do some decorating with you, but we're a bit long in this video already. We're already 25 minutes into it, so I will save the decorating for some of my direct swaps that I'll do during the week. I'll do another video that I normally wouldn't do, but I'll do a decorating video during the week for you. So stay tuned to that. Make sure if you can send a postcard to Donna to surprise her, go ahead and do that. And tune in to see what's coming up in the future. We're counting down till the big trip and all the videos that will go along with my wife and I's first cruise. All right, for you guys, have a magical week.
What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?